Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the eFootball PES 2020 coverage here at IESF 2019. My name is Rabbit. I'm here back again with Brian Choi, and we are going to be not closing out, but getting further into the eFootball PES 2020 playoffs. If people didn't get a chance to catch day number one, now that we're here in day number two, what really either caught you off guard or impressed you the most about our first few games of eFootball PES 2020 this year?
Well, I think that a lot of the players who committed turnovers at the center of the field cost them the games, and that has been the golden rule thus far.
Right.
And considering about the overall impressions, despite showing a lackluster performance on the first match, in the kickoff match by the Serbian player Kepa, he has bounced back and he has shown that why he is the one of the top contenders in this event.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at the rest of the contenders in this event and show you all a little bit more about what the lay of the land looks like as we progress here into our playoffs. We should have at least some graphics to show you about exactly where we stand, because we finished a couple of our quarterfinal matchups, and then on the other side, we're still in the round of 16. So we have a lot more games to go, and we should be showing you a little bit more about them any moment now, as soon as we put that graphic up on the screen. Because like I said, the bracket is progressing a little bit further. Yesterday we had group stage action for the most part, I guess all of it. And it looks like we are actually about ready to jump into our next game. Wow, okay. So it's time to get into our round of 16 match, if I'm not mistaken. This is going to be between the USA and Korea.
Italy
versus Korea. I apologize. Yeah, we're just jumping right into it. Okay, and there's already a goal, which is surprising, because usually games start off at 0-0, but now we know that there's been another one of those very fast goals, kind of like we saw yesterday.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we weren't able to catch that, but I mean, Technolist has shown that he's a very aggressive player, and he is going for those goals, so it's not really too surprising that he is up 1-0 thus far, but Tornado has been the tornado in this event. I mean, he topped this group with 9 points, 3 wins, no losses, with allowing only 1 goal thus far. So it will be very interesting what kind of adjustments Tornado will make in this game to come back into it.
Now, it should be noted that we're playing Juventus versus Arsenal here, and so for Tornado, he is bringing a team that we didn't get to see a whole lot yesterday. But another
There's
shot,
goal.
another goal!
Great goal by Aubameyang. So the reason why some players try to use Arsenal is due to the pace of Aubameyang, because he's not only a great striker, but if you're a striker with great finishing, possesses that much of a speed, then it can be a real threat. And right there, Tornado just delineated why Aubameyang is such a potent player, and this is why exactly he picked Arsenal as his club choice for this first match.
Absolutely amazing pick. Also, it should be noted that unlike in our first 2 games, these teams will be playing patched. So if you are wondering if these are just like the base squads, no. These have been updated, so that should give you a better idea of exactly what to expect from the performance levels of all the players involved. Ronaldo up front, kind of getting tripped up. Back to Bernardeschi.
A great clear up from Tornado from his own box. Doesn't want to turn the ball over near his box or at the center of the field.
Forward. Pepe's got a great angle. Fancy footwork, bringing it back.
He has a lot of space to maneuver with.
Willock out. Maitland-Niles stopped.
Great pass deflection from Techless's part.
Unfortunately, not able to save it. So we're going to start with a throw-in.
Bit of a mis-execution at the end there, but nonetheless, if that pass would have connected, then it would have been very deadly for Techless's end once again, just like the equalizer.
Quadrado forward. Ronaldo. Does he get that? Oh, my God. Almost intercepted, but back out to Chambers.
Pepe to Niles. Back and forth, but intercepted.
These interceptions, whether it happens midfield or when there's potential for these upcoming shots on goal, definitely something to keep an eye on. Now Ronaldo over Dybala, Bernardeschi's got a great angle, but Bola there to block him out and force
Great
return.
man-to-man mark from Tornado's end.
Absolutely, that Quadrado. Oh, that's a rough one. Hard to complete that pass, so no fault there. Pepe now looking to, okay, wow, almost hits the ref there. Niles progressing back to Pepe off on the right-hand side.
Yeah, so Tornado is acknowledging completely what he has to do in order to mitigate that aggression from Techless. And he's putting a tight man-to-man marking to some of the attackers of Juventus. And
oh my God, that's the sickest save.
Yeah, there was the slight space, and Tornado took a chance. Great save by Szczesny.
He does bounce it off just in the last second, so beautiful save. Now we are going to reset, and okay, looks like Yannick is actually coming over. What? Okay, that was a little bit confusing me. It looks like we have a couple of, did we have substitutions there? I wasn't sure.
No, he was just changing the place kicker for the corner.
All right, so changing that, obviously not a great opportunity there off the place kick, but we're gonna run it back down. Bernadeschi going the distance, pass forward to Ronaldo. Looks like he might have a shot. Bola again. Perfect coverage there. Ronaldo, I mean, no opportunity.
Yeah, that was a crucial turnover, but he was able to fend it off with Bola's superb defense.
Bola, very, very impressive defense so far. Dybala.
Yep, great convergence onto Dybala. No whistle by the ref. Willa looking to work on that left side.
Yeah, back to Willa.
Yes, Lacazette and Aubameyang also has some space. Connected to Aubameyang.
Yeah, Aubameyang now forward. Lacazette can't quite receive the pass. That was close, but no cigar. Now back out. Yannick, the one to shoot it forward. Back to middle of the pitch. Quadrado running it in.
Yeah, with his exceptional pace, Quadrado trying to maneuver the left side of the pitch, try to make a potential cross.
Quadrado kicking it back off the heel to Quadrado. No,
yeah, once again, very great convergence on his end. He's just completely double teaming whichever player that Techless possesses the ball with, and just giving no options to him and just suffocating. Now, if he keeps this up, then he will create chances on his own and probably take it home. We'll see what kind of adjustments Techless makes in the second half, and it will be very interesting to see how this match pans out in the second half as well.
Wow. Well, you know, we got a chance to watch both of these players over the course of the group stage, but now that we actually have them here in the playoffs, we get a chance to see them in best of series. We get a chance to see them go head-to-head against some of the toughest competitors in the entire tournament. And while we were watching the group stage matches, Tornado just really seemed unstoppable. He came out, I believe, undefeated from his group, and now he's here up against one of the strongest competitors from Italy, and it's starting to look a lot more even.
And also, not only he was undefeated, but also his goals scored to allow differential was +8, with only allowing 1 goal. So he basically allowed the same amount of goal to Techless throughout that 3 matches in the group stage.
Yes. So it's already tougher competition than we've ever seen. And it looks like we're ready to go for our second half of our first quarterfinal match here, a round of 16.
All right, so the size has been switched. Juventus from right to left this time.
Okay, so we talked about 2 things that we need to watch out for. Turnovers midfield, which was really plaguing really all of our competitors yesterday. And then also, now that the patch has been applied, you know, it's going to be slightly different. Ooh, Ronaldo not able to find the angle there on the kick.
Yeah, great deflection with that foot.
So some slight changes to the rosters, but I think the biggest change is going to be to the level of competition. Now that we're done with the group stage, we're into the head-to-head competition of this playoff bracket. A lot on the line here as well, because keep in mind, I think it's Korea that's doing quite well in a lot of our other esports here at IESF 2019. So very important not only to place highly in your individual esports, but overall, about $10,000 going to the country with the highest placements overall. So something to keep in mind for both of our competitors, especially Tornado from Korea.
Yeah, as aforementioned, it's not just only about the individual record pride, but also your nation's pride is on the line as well.
A beautiful angle, tons of velocity, but not quite the angle to make it past the keeper. Look at his shot.
Yeah, ample space to work with. The shot was just right in the middle. Easy for the goalkeeper that caliber to make a save.
Yeah, absolutely pretty even possession stats. Looks like we're going to go to a quick substitution here. See what both of our players want to adjust, because usually you see substitutions towards the latter third of the game, but right dead center, we already have some changes, some adjustments that our players want to make.
Yeah, I think the biggest reason is that they know how to play this game out, and then they're trying to just decipher what their respective opponents are trying to do. So I think they're trying to make adjustments as early as possible so that they can be fluid with their adjustments in the later stage of the game as well.
Up, out, header, cleared.
Great clearance. Chance for a counterattack, but intercepted.
Okay, wow, that would have been, it was close to the offsides, but not quite. Either way, Bola, the controller, as people want to call him, right? No, nobody says that. But either way, he has been doing an excellent job guarding every shot on goal. He's prevented several single-handedly or footedly. Excellent defense, and so it's going to be up to Teclis to try to find a way to make it through. Not even Ronaldo can make it past Bola this game, so something that he and Bernadeschi are really going to have to work on. And
this is the reason that why Tornado seemed to gave up only 2 goals throughout this entirety of the event. Because his defense has been exceptional.
Aubameyang not able to catch the ball in time. If he had maybe pulled off a little bit, it wouldn't have been so far forward. But the idea is that the ball gets cleared again, back up to midfield. Yannick and now Cuadrado. Passing forward up to Ronaldo, out to Dybala. The lob, the header, back to Martinez for the easy clear.
Yep. Now, Tornado back to working on that left side of the pitch. He's been preferring that throughout this entire game.
Aubameyang back to Bola. Forward, Aubameyang now, controlled. And to Willock.
Will you go for the cross? No.
Not a lot of success powering it through, and especially PES 2020, not the long power shot down the center. That's not how you make it in.
Yeah,
for sure.
Great maintenance of possession. It's a corner.
Yeah, couldn't quite complete the pass on in. Now Willock with the corner kick. I guess not. Niles, maybe? Willock. Okay, all right, never mind. Forget everything I just said. It's Willock. He's kicking it in from the corner past Barado.
Man-to-man coverage. Chambers.
Yeah, header back out to Niles, and he's just going to receive it. Hold it outside the box.
Gonna go back to Bola. No. Aubameyang. Oh, great heel pass.
Absolutely beautiful. Can't find the angle. Just had to shoot it.
Yeah, Teclis was ready for that. He had plenty of defenders in that box to body block the shot.
Now here comes Tornado driving it back. Can't complete the pass in the delay.
Dybala. Ooh,
Off
that
the
ricochet.
Foot to Ronaldo. Cuadrado now with a little bit of an opening. Up high, down low, Martinez.
Barely missed Ronaldo's head right there.
Just use your head. Big brain there on Ronaldo. Not quite big enough to push it through. And now just more control here from the great defense of Tornado. He has absolutely been on top of this. And it's kind of impressive to see that 2 of our highest scoring players are now tied at 1-1, neither seemingly able to make headway. And, keep in mind, before it was a point system. You got 3 points for a win, 1 point for a tie, and nothing for a loss. But now that we're in the bracket stage, the ties aren't going to cut it.
Yeah, if you lose 2 matches, going home. And it seems like Teclis is getting ready for additional adjustments. Pjanic, a lot of space to work with.
Yeah, 10 seconds left, or 10 minutes left of in-game time.
Dybala
with a great angle, but unable to complete for the goal.
He really wants that one back.
I love the angle. Look at it. He's like, well, I guess this is my shot. Well, not quite. A little bit off the left-hand side.
He was aiming for that far post. Just
1-1, some last-minute substitutions coming in, less than 10 left in regulation of this first game between our Korean and Italian competitors. This series just seems not only remarkably competitive, but you see both players playing really to their strengths. The incredible defense, our Korean player Tornado, and then somehow Italian player Teclis able to drive through for that really almost immediate goal that we almost just, I guess we didn't catch at the beginning of the game.
And I think both players are very aware what the priority is. You know, reducing the number of turnovers and also cutting off the opposition's passing lanes to create opportunities. And lastly, make sure to put man-to-man marking tightly onto some of the deadliest strikers.
Bellerin, Nelson, Burton all in here for Tornado. Right
Great
through
save.
the defender. Like you said, beautiful save out to Bellerin.
Abayedi. Probably either work on that with his speed or, yep, of course, that right side. Pepe, back to Bayedi.
Oh,
some
great
space for
angle
Kraus.
set up. Could have angled it in, but no receiver there.
There's nobody open, as you can see.
Ooh, yeah, through the legs, Ramsey now with possession out to Cuadrado.
Socrates two front. Gotta get back ASAP.
To Ronaldo, great angle, back in. Oh, missing. Xhaka there. Wait. I don't know where that was going, but back out to Cuadrado nonetheless.
Burton onto Haka. Ramsey.
Out to Douglas Costa, who's fresh in off the substitution, but not in range to receive it. And at the end of exhibition, we are tied up at 1-1.
Wow.
It doesn't
Yeah.
get closer than this, literally, because it is, in fact, a tie. I did not expect this coming in. I definitely thought it was going to be super polarizing now that our competitors really can't leave anything out on the field. They have to bring it here, because if you don't, you are not advancing through, because it was a group stage, and so now not so much.
Well, I think they may even go for the penalty shootout in the end.
Both of our competitors discussing quite fervently, and it looks like we do have our official IESF representatives, referees there on stage to help debate with them and figure out exactly what we are doing at this point. You know, I believe it is laid out in the rules what the official procedure is here, so all you have to do is communicate that to our players, and we should be able to progress.
Yeah, I believe there will be 30-minute overtime, and if they're still tied, then go for the penalty shootout. But based on the defense that both players have delineated in this match, well, we may even get to see some fantastic penalty shootouts in the end.
You know, I feel like there's a big difference between like what the players prefer and what the viewers or commentators prefer. And, you know, as a professional viewer myself, it's always kind of interesting to see players who want to play out these long games that give them the opportunity to really build this insurmountable lead. But as a fan, as a commentator, I'm just like, I just want penalty shootouts, man. It's so epic, so tense. All the tension just really focused kind of on the head of a pin there at the very end. But you're right. Maybe we won't get there, although I will say if Tornado's impeccable defense keeps up the way that it is, I don't know if we're going to see any more goals scored.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. And even Teclis' end, he has shown some great defense as well. So it's going to be an extremely nail-biting series.
That's true. But don't do that. It's an addictive habit. And especially if you make a habit of that in this tournament, I don't know if you're going to have any left at the end, because this it's competition's heating up for sure as we make our way through the bracket. Because, I mean, after today, there's only the finals, one more day of competition left before we crown an eFootball PES 2020 champion for IES 2019.
Yeah, moreover, it's a single elimination, so
That's right.
Either you're one and done, or if you keep winning, then you'll make it to the pinnacle, hopefully.
It's going to take a long climb to get there, and apparently also a not a long climb to get us into our next facet of this game. We are ready to get back into extra innings. Did I use the correct sports term there, Brian?
Well, I think so.
I'm going to go with a no there. Even I know that one. Anyway, Chambers clearing, and we are, like you said, out back to a extended series here. How about that, Sports?
So
did I get that one right?
50-minute half each, so a total of 30 minutes. And if it's still tied, probably should have for sure.
Throw back out to Douglas Costa, who is once again back there in center, passing it forward. Now, obviously, not a lot. Wait, whoa, that looked a little
Too much
bit,
space, but Ronaldo just couldn't finish it.
yeah, which is not a sentence you say all that often, because Ronaldo is, of course, one of the best finishers, one of the big reasons that you even see this club played.
Well, I guess it didn't get hit on his stronger foot, but nonetheless, Ronaldo has decent weak foot accuracy, so
The other thing is,
it was very
with Martinez
surprising.
diving in for the block, I'm not sure if there was really an angle where that could have gone in nonetheless. So
Indeed.
excellent defense. Once again, we're going to keep saying that as long as Tornado keeps this defense alive and more time on the board, just, more opportunities to see that in action.
And as you can see, both players trying to be very aggressive from the center of the field to create those turnovers. They know the significance of inducing those turnovers from that center of the field.
Cellini with an excellent interception there right at the last second. Back out to Corrado. Excellent control here, continuing.
Corrado to the weak side. To Demiro.
Waiting. A lot of patience here. I mean, like you said, this is all time you get until we go to that nerve-wracking penalty kick phase. So we are extending the time as much as possible, but it doesn't look like either player is really making a lot of progress. Douglas Costa trying to progress it up and over and out.
It seems like Teclis is trying to prevent any sort of possession given to Tornado. So he's trying to maintain possession as much as possible through those short passes and consistent dribbling. So, and at the same time, he wants to be meticulous with his passes so he doesn't turn the ball over carelessly.
Yeah, I don't think we've actually seen too much of that this series. Credit where credit is due. Things do look a lot cleaner than they did yesterday. Both of our competitors completely focused. Now looking to see if Tornado make a move.
Aubameyang.
In onto it, across, no receiver. Can't find the angle to tilt it into the net there.
Yeah, barely missed Pepe there. But, I mean, it was a very arduous angle to deal with in the first
Well, also
place.
Pinsoglio is right there waiting for it, so not a lot of coverage, not a lot of openings there.
Cellini for the build-up. Berrato. Probably looking for a Quadrado. Yep.
Quadrado there on the
Dead
receiver.
and immediately converging onto
Yeah,
Quadrado
perfect
there.
coverage. Just completely stopped dead in his tracks. Out to Ramsey in center field. Torreira not able to take that one away. Ronaldo
open,
nothing
completely
but
open.
net.
Oh.
Straight into Martinez.
I mean, I guess we have to give mad props to Martinez.
Well, look at this angle. To give Ronaldo this kind of an opportunity, that has to be petrifying to Tornado. Letting an attacker like Ronaldo get in there, like, oh my, that's a little bit too close for comfort.
Well, and also it would be very heartbreaking for Teclis too, because he knew he had that, and he kind of squandered the opportunity there.
Chambers with the block, another attempt.
That
is
ricochet!
good.
That ricochet just saved Teclis' life there.
Yeah, pop off from Teclis, well deserved. Such a clutch goal, and we are into as much extra time as we can give these competitors. They are coming down to the wire, and with a big, high-pressure goal there for Teclis, Italy is all but sealing their ticket to the next round.
Yeah, you definitely want to be up 1-0 in that best of three. It's a very advantageous status. And yeah, that's just unfortunate
Jumps
on
a little
Tornado's
high.
end.
Low kick all the way underneath, and yeah, the Arsenal defense not really coming through. You're going to see another angle on that replay.
Yep, that initial shot.
And then it comes right back through. Too fast.
Great body block on the first shot, but for the rebound shot, yeah, that was very unfortunate. Hitting the foot of the defender.
Now, not much time
going
left. Like you said, in that best of three, going up 1-0 is so much momentum, especially when goals come at such a premium due to each player's high skill, high level of defense.
Yeah, it will give a sheer amount of confidence to Teclis because after getting that first match, he'll probably be aware how to attack Tornado's stellar defense and grab more goals in the latest matches of the series.
Pepe driving it in.
Oh,
I'm
so
glad
close.
Look at how quickly this play coalesces. Pepe just a little bit out ahead of everybody. Not offsides because he waits for it, and the beautiful last second just reached down, caressed the ball out of the way.
Well, this will be his final chance to get an equalizer and take this to the penalty shootout.
Up, over, header is out, deflected away. Pepe, Nelson, somebody's got to do it to live for the clear. He will run it out.
Yeah, that was great clear in the end. And Teclis managed to survive the final aggression of Tornado. And it will be very curious what kind of adjustment Tornado comes with for his second match.
That's right. He's got insurance against bad weather. He is absolutely deserving of that pop-off at the end. Super excited. Now it looks like they will go ahead and are we hugging it out? We're shaking it out. There we go.
Switching sides.
All right, yeah, we switch sides. When you switch sides in the game, you switch sides in real life. That's the way it happens.
Yep.
So our competitors are switching sides, getting their settings set, and then we'll be into our next game in this series. And it's really cool that we're playing series now because even though that previous game in the series was so serious, it is just a testament to how highly skilled both of our competitors are.
Yeah, it was basically witnessing one of the pinnacles of eFootball PES 2020 gameplay. So if they can keep up this throughout the entire series, then I mean it will be very eye-pleasing for all of us.
Yeah, for me especially, I do enjoy my eyes being pleased. With some excellent eFootball here, PES 2020 really delivering as kind of a new title here for IESF 2019. It's exciting to see it in action. Looks like we are going straight into game number 2. Just waiting for the players to go ahead and get into the game. So as soon as they do, we will as well, and we'll give you some more of that, more of that to feast your eyes on, as
Indeed.
Brian said earlier.
Yeah, I can't wait. I just want to dive into those matches.
Well, you'll have to wait because we can't go into the game before it starts, Brian.
Yeah, I can have some greed, right?
Let
me have my own greed.
Okay, all right. We can all pick our deadly sins here. Well, mine is just wanting to watch more excellent play from these guys. I would say that, especially after that last second goal came in for Teclis, you could really see sort of the wind deflate from Tornado's sails, as that is just such a heartbreaker to have coming so clutch right at the very end. I mean, maybe the ability to perform under pressure is what is most valuable as we draw into the final rounds of this tournament. And that's exactly what we saw there from Teclis.
I mean, yeah, it will be very deflating for Tornado because it wasn't entirely his fault for allowing that second goal. It just, unfortunately, deflected off of his defender's foot and then went into his own net. So
yeah, that's what you get when you have more realistic ball physics in PES 2020. Sometimes that deflection occurs a little bit too realistically and goes in, and you're like, okay, well, that can catch people off guard.
Indeed. And it will be, once again, very interesting what kind of adjustments will Tornado bring.
It looks like they're adjusting the rosters here just momentarily. So while they work on their rosters, we're just going to give them that time that they need to set up any kind of preparation. I'm not totally sure exactly what kind of adjustments they are thinking of, what's going through their mind right now, but I guess we'll get a chance to see once we get into our next game.
Yeah, and I think the overall game plan would be same, the big picture-wise. But in terms of the smaller details, I think both players will definitely make adjustments. And comparing the matches that we casted yesterday for both players, if we compare that from today, Teclis definitely made some adjustments from his yesterday's match. He was very counter-attack oriented, and he was showing a solid defense, both yesterday and today. But his aggression style kind of changed, whereas for Tornado, he always loves to work from the side and converge to the center in the end to get those scores. And he is consistently pushing that tendency. And we'll see if that can actually get him the dub and equalize the series.
Yeah, I mean, equalizing series is so hard, right? Because when you have that win, you have all that momentum, the confidence, kind of taking that pressure off of your back. I mean, obviously, you're still going to try super hard to win, but you know that if something does go wrong, if you let through a surprisingly early goal, then obviously that is not going to be as punishing because at least you go to that final game, and then really the pressure is on because everything's on the line.
And ironically, the player who wins the first match loses the second, usually loses the entire series.
Yeah,
because
it's true. Momentum is a scary thing.
Exactly. And it's like driving a car. Like when you're racing with automobiles, if you're being chased, you feel that pressure. But the chaser doesn't really feel that. And once the chaser gets an opportunity and goes over the driver in the front, then basically the race is essentially over.
Yeah, I mean, who's the predator and who's the prey? I guess right now Teclis is in the driver's seat for sure because he has that one-game win. It did kind of go the distance, about as much regulation time as you can get, and then finally that second tiebreaker goal came through. Looks like our players are about ready to get into game number 2, so excited to see how it goes and see what adjustments they've made before we get into the second game.
We will see a bounce back, or we will see Teclis just sealing this one off.
Looks like it's time for our second game to start. Both of our competitors are ready to go. Here we go. Right
Very
off
aggressive
the bat.
from
Like
start.
I
Sails right to that right post.
said, look at this angle he gets. He just dribbles it straight up the center, dialing it down, straight on in. The turn, the pass, and a little bit off the wrong side of the foot.
Indeed. And the first 5 minutes of the half and the last 5 minutes of the respective halves are probably the most frequent time when goals occur. And I think Tornado was going for that. Fortunately, didn't connect in the end.
Okay, now let's see how our players, not the in-game players, but our out-of-game players, what their stamina is like, because this is going to be, kind of the long haul for a series.
Great
Out to
maintenance
Yannick.
of the position.
Or
Bernardeschi.
Bernardeschi can't keep up with the ball.
No.
What happens when you tap the button a little bit too hard, too long? It gets away from you. Or at least it's a little bit harder to receive.
A little bit too much of the mustard on that pass.
The mustard, the juice, the sauce.
Whichever it may be.
Yeah, whatever you're putting on your ball to make it go super fast. Too much of it there. Yeah. Either way, Ronaldo forward, Dybala.
Maintains possession.
Yeah,
Looking for Ronaldo.
Does. Off the foot, out to Bernardeschi.
Technically still maintaining aggression, applying pressure.
Dybala, angle out.
Dybala.
Bernardeschi, Dybala!
Great goal by Dybala with his left foot.
Definitely Dybala in that situation, getting the ball to go in. I'm just going to run this into the ground. An excellent start for our competitor, and you can already see that look of frustration on the face.
Yeah, I think more so than marking Ronaldo, I think players who play against Juventus club need to really shut down Dybala, because Dybala has been making plays for all the competitors who use Juventus as their main club throughout the entirety of this event.
There's been a lot of them. Cast more Juventus mirrors than any other club, and look at that look of agony on the face. That is, of course, the face of sweet, sweet victory.
That iconic ceremony from Paulo Dybala right there.
Now resetting. Can we see an answer back? You can see the look on Tornado's face after that last goal. Just so frustrating. Both players, of course, as regulation, sticking with their club. Let's see if they can make the difference.
Lamia barely couldn't get the shot off.
Yeah, pass back, but it's Bernardeschi there to receive. Resetting. Ronaldo back to Dybala.
Yep. Great cutoff of the passing lane from Socrates. Torreira.
Now waiting, let's see, forward, Pepe, forward.
Once again, working on that right side.
Great angle, pass off.
Great shot.
Straight on in. A beautiful way to tie up such a tense game.
Yeah, great field vision from Tornado. As soon as Lacazette got that ball, saw Aubameyang has a half a step in front of his defender, connects it to Aubameyang, and Aubameyang just finishes off with his exceptional finishing attributes. And I think this is why exactly some of the players are preferring to use Arsenal after that latest patch, because of Aubameyang can use his exceptional speed to be slightly ahead of the defender.
I mean, what are you supposed to do as a defender in that situation? You can't cover every single angle. It's really the rest of your team that's letting so many attackers through, especially in such a high-pressure situation. Not many options left. So 1-1. This is basically the polar opposite of our previous series.
Well, and we're only less than 20 minutes into this game, so probably observe many more goals. If this pace were to be kept on, we'll see.
I was going to say, if we extrapolate this rate of scoring, we're going to have like 16-16 in the end. Although hopefully we do not get there. That would be exciting.
That would be just us constantly shouting goal after goal. Free kick for Tornado.
See who will be kicking it. Yep, there. Torreira forward. Willock has to chase it down and can't catch it, or it goes out of bounds.
A very uncanny, clumsy mistake from Tornado.
Chiellini grabs the ball, wants to avoid turning it over here. Obviously, that would be somewhat devastating, but pretty easy. Pass it over to Brazzo, Pjanic.
Kedira. Ronaldo. Probably looking for Dybala to get opened up. Oh, Bernardeschi.
Yeah, coming in from the side. Great angle, but cannot shake Bala.
Bola is just not good. Oh, but Dybala.
Wait, what? Oh, my.
Oh, that was an offside, though.
Yeah.
It was very close, but yeah, that was offside.
I think you could tell by the time it was shot. But here we go, once again, back out. Now, obviously, turning it over right here. Let's see if anybody is going to go try to force that. Nope, Chambers finds a great angle to go.
The left side is open. He's opting for the center side. Oh, and
Goes
Pepe
straight
completely
forward.
unattended. Oh.
A little bit more speed on that kick, and that shot looked a lot scarier than it actually was. Either way, clears.
Dalit for build-up. He can't afford to turn the ball over here, and he did. And Tornado capitalized on this.
Turnovers plaguing both of our competitors. Middle of the field. Forward and back, forward and back. Finally, Bernardeschi will end.
Oh, great interception
cycle.
by Bola.
Look at that.
Cutting off that passing lane, completely shutting down.
If Socratic hadn't been there to guard Ronaldo, that could easily have turned over into, well,
Pepe?
Turnover. Oh, Pepe can't keep control of the ball. That's a Demiral.
Another turnover by Tetlis. Aubameyang with the heel pass, but nobody there.
Pepe dives.
Tornado maintaining possession.
Yeah, pass out to Willock. Trying to maintain cover. Oh my God,
Great
Kedira
maintenance.
won't give him any breathing room here. Completely outplaying him. I'm not sure if that was a stamina issue or just a skill mismatch, but excellent forced turnover.
Yeah, outstanding physical contact by Kedira. Trying to build it up through the middle. Dybala. Bola with his cutting off passing lanes here and there. He's everywhere. And wherever he goes, he causes issues, big issues to the opposition's attackers.
Now back on the other side, a lot of momentum. Pass forward to Aubameyang. Looked a little bit risky. Nelson running forward. Pass sideways.
Too easy for Pinsolio to hold it off.
He's able to grab that one. That is going to tie things up at halftime, 1-1.
Yeah, definitely the aggressions from both ends got shaved off. And are we going to see another replicate of that first match? Going through another overtime.
I mean, look, that would be a little bit stressful, especially if we then go into a third game after that. That is certainly a stressful position to put our players in. But hey, at least for the moment, we do have a little bit of a breather for our players to kind of figure out, okay, wait a second. We're priding ourselves on our defense, but also at the first half, we also start to let through a couple of kind of surprising goals. At least it was surprising to me.
Well, I think it's really going to depend on how they're going to play the series out.
Mm-hmm.
Either they can stay defensive or they can change up the entire game plan and start to go aggressive from the second half and try to create more chances to get those goals to either seal it off for Techless and come back for Tornado.
Looks like we are ready to get back into the second half of game 2. Techless, our Italian competitor, once again up 1-0 in this best-of-3 round of 16 series.
Great interception from Torreira there. Now Bola working on that left side. Great slide tackle to cut that pass off.
Yeah, nothing but ball on that, so excellently done.
Nelson found Bola.
Well, I think Nelson found the ball, and that went a little bit out of control, and then Bola found it immediately afterwards. Bola, rather. Dybala forward to Ronaldo. He's got Quadrado up front center, trying to angle it on in. Kicks it past.
Great convergence by Arsenal center backs to not give any sort of angular trajectories for Quadrado.
Right off the side. No way to get that in with that angle. Man, I'm glad it says on the field, on the sides, that this is our players' way to create their legacy. I think probably this tournament, more so than maybe many others, allows them to do that, representing their country. Because then any other time a player comes in and tries to represent, oh, he doesn't quite have the angle, that look of pain and anguish after missing that seemingly guaranteed.
And that long through ball.
Yeah, and look at this. He has a lot of pressure on him, but he only has seconds to make the decision. Kicks it into the shoulder and unable to make it through that upper corner.
Well, will Tornado redeem it through this set piece?
Let's see who's
looking for the optimal kicker.
Looks like Willock is the choice. Out
Chambers.
And out.
Nelson maintains possession for Tornado.
Yep, absolutely right.
Into
Pepe, another amazing shot. He just taps it in. A beautiful goal. Look at that.
Oh, he's completely fired up. And that was a great lock-through pass right there. And Lacazette with that rebound finish. Great finish.
Excellent play. Now the pressure on the face of our Italian competitor, Techless. Didn't really see that one coming. Kind of rare that you see just those little love taps into the net.
Well, we see the initiation of feeling pressure on Techless's end. I mean, he looked very disturbed by allowing this second goal, and rightfully so.
Can't really blame him. This is not an easy one, but the decision to not go for the shot and instead pass it over, perfectly executed. Arsenal now up 2-1.
All right, resuming the match now.
All right.
Tornado being very aggressive from the circle of that center field.
Yeah, absolutely. The control was on Torreira there, getting him to position right back towards the center, at least for now.
Quadrado.
Quadrado.
Bernard actually has enough space.
Had space. I mean, there's a lot of defenders. What is it? 5 in the pocket. Now back out. Ooh, back.
Great clearance. Yes, Techless still has possession.
Yeah, that is true. Techless, man, the speed at which he switches between attackers, absolutely blinding.
Great defense. No whistle blown there. Clean defense. Followed by a clear out from Tornado. Nelson.
Yeah, it's Tornado's turn to
Connected
go
to Lacazette. Lacazette! Oh!
90 miles an hour, but unable to find the net with that one.
Oh, that was close. Yeah, he had space right there. And
you know, my depth perception is not the greatest, Brian. So sometimes the angle just looks a lot better than it actually is.
True. Yet, in the caliber of player like Lacazette, I mean, there was a chance, but it's just unfortunate that he couldn't seal it off. Ooh, crucial turnover there. Ronaldo has possession.
Especially since it goes straight to Ronaldo. Quadrado, the return. Pjanic forward. Ronaldo, the love tap. It goes in.
Pjanic with that lovely lob through ball, and Ronaldo with that finish. I mean, Tornado hesitated there a little bit because he saw Pjanic coming in from the top, and he needed to cover Pjanic as well. So instead of having 2 defenders on Ronaldo, he repositioned one of them to mark Pjanic, but Pjanic with that instant, lovely lob-through ball. And Ronaldo was one-on-one and already beaten his defender. So, yep, it's completely open with that right foot, finished it cleanly.
Beautifully played. I love the behind the net shot, right on in. A little bit of a slow reaction there, but I guess there's not a lot of ways that you can just reposition all the way to the other side. Ronaldo doing it again.
Yeah, it's an iconic ceremony. I mean, it was basically pick your poison for Tornado at that point. Like giving up that much space to that many attackers and midfielders of Juventus, it's already put him in that pit of misery. And then he just had to pick which one he's going to take a chance with. And then he went for Pjanic, wasn't on time, and in the end, Ronaldo just had a clean goal.
Man, you can definitely tell the way that the series has shifted between Game 1 and Game 2 here. So much pressure now on Teclis's face, but at the same time, if he is able to withstand that pressure and turn things back around, then he's going to be the player to advance 2-0.
Yeah, definitely. And now it's just going to be a matter of how much execution both players make. Any sort of mistakes are not going to be allowed from here on. Now another turnover from Tornado. Berato working on the left side once again.
Yep, bringing it back up. Corralled there against the sides. He has to return it back to Ramsey, who does actually find a decent angle there into Ronaldo, but Chambers was like, all right, time to shoot. Nope, wait, wrong goal. Now off to Pepe, really just clearing it out.
Yeah, another unforced turnover there, unfortunately for Tornado. And Berato. And Ramsey to Cuadrado. Got back to Ronaldo.
Ooh.
Working on that left side once again. Berato.
Chambers was a little bit slow there, but sped up to find Berato.
And Berato wave off Chambers. No. Burton to Torreira. Looking on that left side once again. And back to the center. Oh, Lacazette.
Man, just dropping the ball. Unintended reference, but Berato returning the favor. And man, just look at how much pressure Teclis is putting on. He is definitely trying to make a comeback happen here, but it is just so difficult. But still, I mean, when you're tied up at 2-2, anything can happen.
Yep, and finally regains position. Lacazette.
Got
looking
a
for
lot
Aubameyang.
of room to work for.
Aubameyang with his speed.
Great angle,
finish.
Gets it. Tornado back on the board at 81 minutes.
Aubameyang completely unattended there.
He was just chilling. He was waiting. He was like, hey, I'm open.
Well, it was one-on-one, man-to-man defense from Teclis on both Lacazette and Aubameyang. As soon as Lacazette got that space in front of him, he moved his bottom defender to reach to Lacazette, and as soon as open space was there present for Aubameyang, and Aubameyang's sheer speed and great finishing just sealed it off. Now Tornado regained the lead once again and trying to bring this series to a third game.
He really is. He's putting so much effort into it. Now, just double digits remaining on the amount of time left. So some last-minute substitutions coming in for both of our players.
Now, very interesting to see what kind of substitutions will both players make and how they will adjust their game plan, the final 10 minutes of the game plan. Will they be more aggressive or will they try to be defensive? For Tornado and for Teclis, how is he going to play this out? Is he going to use that left side primarily that he has been working on throughout this match? Or will he switch up and deviate from that to a different attacking route?
Well, the pressure is certainly on Teclis. He put in so much work to get that one-game advantage in this best-of-3 series, and now the risk of slipping away. Xhaka.
Immediate convergence of two defenders.
Douglas Costa, but he doesn't get it.
Niles.
Lacazette with control out to Aubameyang, 84, 85.
He's trying to just slower the tempo, not lose the ball. Working on that right side this time. Burton. Yeah, he's just basically playing keep away at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising to see him just want to run out the clock. Minutes left in regulation, and Niles with complete control, trying to chase down this ball. A lot peskier than you might imagine.
Just needs to be meticulous, because
Sakadas.
while giving those passes, if there's a turnover, then it will be very dangerous for Tornado. Especially he's placing the ball possession in vicinity to his box.
Playing a game of keep away here, 91-92, and our final minute remaining. This looks like a tornado
Deflection, and that'll be it.
victory. There it is.
So we're tied up.
A
1-1.
nail biter.
Oh yeah, that was some gruesome match right there.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, at the end of the day, this is going to be 1-1, so our players will once again get out of their seats, swap sides, the other side of our arena. Man, the tension really building. You can see the audience like starting to fill up as this game gets more and more hectic. I mean, this is our last couple of games of the day here, so really all eyes focused on both of our competitors.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's the playoffs, so
Looks
the
like
players are trying to bring out the best.
That's right. It looks like we're going to have a small break for our players to kind of gather their thoughts and get ready for our final game of this best-of-3 series, so don't go anywhere. After a short break, we'll be right back with the exciting conclusion of our first round of 16 eFootball PES 2020 match.